I just like I said, it's organized.
You know, the clock's been set back. You got an extra hour.
And that's my dad. I'm the fifth. He was the fourth.
Okay.
And we don't have middle names. This is the Ferd Meyer dedication to table that the Baltimore Antique Bottle Club has graciously dedicated to my dad. And my brother is the treasurer of the club. His name is Chuck Meyer, Charles Meyer, and I'm Ferdinand Meyer the fifth. And our dad got us started in bottles, and from what we understand, he helped many people with bottles, and he was one of the forerunners of this club, and helped start the, he was one of the foundation blocks of this club and the first shows that Baltimore used to hold back in the Timonium Fairgrounds, from what I understand. But for some reason, he got this table dedicated to him, which is great testament and makes me proud because I live in Houston and he was up here. But how nice to see his picture and to be interviewed. So thank you.
Yes, well, let me just ask, you're doing something now yourself, so you've carried on the legacy of doing great work in the bottle club.
Well, what's really interesting, I went to his show in Delmarva. He founded another club in Delaware, and I purchased 8 or 9 bottles. I didn't even know I'd be in this hobby. I bought them, they were inexpensive. They were bitters bottles. I took them back to his Bayside house and sat them on a table. And from that day on, that was in 2002, I have gone crazy. Now I have about 1,500 bitters bottles, and it's all because of that man. And I had no idea that I would be there, but my grandfather, Ferdinand Meyer III, got me into collecting postage stamps. And I was never going to get into bottles because I was happy with stamps. But the problem with United States postage stamps is they sit in the cabinet and they don't ever see the light of day unless it's a rainy day and you work on them. But with bottles, you put them in windows. My collection's been featured on reality TV shows. It's on Extreme Collectors. It's a major bitters collection, and I'm hooked. I'm now the president of the Federation of Historical Bottle Collectors, and I'm up here from Houston just to support the hobby and make sure the next generation is ready for bottle collecting. You know, in a hobby that's diminishing because more people go on the internet and go to Facebook to collect bottles. It's great to see a show like this bring so many people, and the club does so well with their management and production of the show.
Yes, well, Steve was telling me that your father helped start this show as well.
Yes, he was one of the first show chairs for this, and that's one of the reasons, again, he got the table named after him. It takes a lot of work to put together a show like this, as you can imagine.
So yeah, how can people get involved with the Federation?
Well, we represent pretty much the entire country and the world. There's really 100 different clubs. I'm headed to San Francisco Wednesday for a show next weekend in on the West Coast. But if you join the Federation, it means we can all make the hobby better together. We put together a magazine that's published 6 times a year. We have a national show, which is a 4-day event. This is a 1-day event. We have a 4-day event every year in a different city in the United States. We're working on the Virtual Museum Project, which is the biggest bottle event project ever to happen. And we're photographing bottles in 3D format. We have a newsletter. We unify everybody. That's what we do with the Federation of Historic Bottle Collectors. If you collect stamps, you belong to the APS. If you collect coins, you belong to the Coin Club, typically. So this is the bottle group that oversees everyone.
Well, thank you very much for the interview, and greatly appreciate all the work that you do and also the work that your father has done.
Thank you very much.